Everybody, sorry we're a little late.
We're live. Hello. I was hoping would have our theme music, so we had a little bit of technical difficulties. So we are now live. So we hope 4 for 4.
Always do that.
So if you are new to our show, welcome. Steve's World. Hello. If you are new to our show, welcome. We are D&G Explorers. I'm Derick.
And I'm Greggory.
And we are
D&G Explorers.
All right, Greg. So while I get loaded up, are you in the chat?
Yes, I am.
All right.
And we're loaded up, Kaya. There you go.
Can we advertise?
Well, I've seen other people do it, and mine was like a quick thing, so...
Hello, everyone.
I was
Hello,
not expecting
welcome.
to drink this, so Derick said, oh, we'll have a little, like, wine cooler thing, and then he gets out this big old drink. So, cheers to all you
Dilly
drinkers
dilly.
out there. Dilly dilly.
Who said dilly dilly? Jim for more sunshine, please. All right, we are just getting set up here. So, Greg, talk a little bit about how your week was.
Hey, Kaya. Hey, Janu. Well, we gotta say hi to everybody.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Blaine. Steve's World. I'm taking my first Disney cruise next year, he thinks.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yes. Dilly dilly. Excuse me. Ed Tolson's Jr.'s in here. Ross Merrill Tour Services. More sunshine, please. Steve's World. Sandra D's Adventures. Cargo 619. Rob Fuzz. Hey, Rob Fuzz. How you doing, everybody? How's everybody doing? I think we got Bob and Ashley are in here. Hey, guys. Bums Rocks. And, Great Hasty. A lot of steams tonight. I don't know what you mean by that, Rob.
Streams. I think it's
Oh,
streams.
streams.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Robert. We got alcohol, Robert.
All right.
There you
go.
go.
It's not popping in for me. It might pop in next time. All right, we are both trying to share our chat so we can get a little
Antonio.
bit more of what's going on. Antonio, that's Janu's friend, one
Oh.
of the twins.
Oh,
I noticed that
awesome.
from traveling with Bruce.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah. So
Way to
welcome,
bring
guys.
in new people.
Welcome. So,
Excuse me.
as we like to do, you guys, we like to feature different channels.
Yeah, where's Bruce? What's up with that?
He'll pop in, I'm sure. So, welcome everyone. I'm seeing all these names
Active.
pop up.
Tracy Dunlap, everybody.
We are doing good. So we'll talk a little bit about this channel in a minute. But first of all, you guys, for some reason, my camera, when I'm going live, it reverses us. I'm actually sitting on Gregory's right side.
And I'm on the left.
But how does it look to you guys? And is the writing backwards? Because I noticed when we were on it before,
I think it is backwards.
it was backwards. So
Everything's backwards.
So let us know, guys, because I think next time we go live, we'll probably try it on Greg's phone, just in case somehow my phone started acting up a little bit. It's backwards. So
Sorry.
yeah, I noticed like when we take pictures, we're
We'll
in
have
the
a
right way.
topsy-turvy day.
But
Like
yes,
Hunchback in Notre Dame.
exactly. Oops. All right, guys. So we are going to go ahead and get started with the show. Welcome, everyone.
More sunshine, please. Said put the shirts on inside out.
Or stand on our heads, maybe.
Yeah, we'd have to take these off to do that, and I don't think you want to have us do that right at this moment.
A little bit more about that subject that we like to
Yeah,
talk
there's
about.
no
talk about that
no something shape. I know what you're trying to say.
All right, guys. So this is D&G Explorers Anchors Aweigh.
It did get blurry a little bit. Sorry about that. It's clear here, so it looks like it's clearer now.
Okay.
Well, yours isn't, but
Close out of mine. So this is our Anchors Aweigh program, guys. This is our second one. Can you believe we've already been
Wow.
doing it this is our fourth show. We've been doing 2 Disney-related shows.
well, hold on. 'Cause I'm sorry. Rob Fez says use a computer, but we don't have a
Oh, a camera.
computer camera yet.
Yeah,
So
we'll get that hooked up. Yeah. So we use our iPhone.
oh, it's better
X.
now. Good.
Yeah, we haven't had a problem with it. So it might be because everyone's on live. So this is our second Disney cruise related show, Anchors Aweigh. We hope you guys enjoy it. We do love cruising, and one of our channels that we love to watch and we are a part of is Traveling with Bruce.
And Kaya said, did Bruce sell those to you at a discount for being backwards? I know they aren't.
Yeah, no, he didn't. But we like to feature other channels. So if you guys are interested in sending us shirts, we do now have a P.O. box. So we would love to wear your shirts. I think it's a fun way to feature other channels.
Well, why don't you give them our P.O. box?
I was gonna like stick it on your head, but
no,
it doesn't work
I don't
out.
think so.
It is in our channel.
Slap it on your forehead.
It's in our channel page now in the About section of it. We'll also link it to the video at the end of this.
Why don't we just say it?
Because I don't know if I can remember it. And I don't think they're going to be writing it down anyway. All right, it's P.O. Box 264, Madera, California, 93639.
Hey, you remembered it.
I did remember.
And you haven't even had any of your drink
yet.
I'm
really good with numbers, so I did remember that. So, a little bit...
you can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
Ooh,
you
Rob Fuzz did it. Awesome job. Rob, thank you. Job, I just called him Job now. So a little bit how
thank you, Rob Fuzz.
The format will be tonight, you guys. We are going to be talking a little bit about our group cruise that we have going on December 1st. We're going on a group cruise with the Sea Cruisers, and we are really excited that. So part of what we want to do is just kind of take you along behind the scenes of what a group cruise.
Do I have to pour it for you too?
I got it. What a group cruise.
I'll drink it for you too if you want me to.
And so I think it's been fun. We've been excited about it. We've been interacting a lot as I drip all over the place.
Get it together.
We've been interacting a lot. We've been interacting a lot.
Dreamers Empire, hey guys.
With the channels or the group cruise, and it's been really fun. One of the things, there's really haven't been a whole lot.
Amy.
We are, I just checked, I believe we are only 72 days away from our group cruise. So we are incredibly excited about that.
It's crazy.
The biggest thing that came out of it is Norwegian now is offering special deals. They'll send you an email, and a lot of people from the group cruise were doing this. They'll send you an email asking if you want to upgrade. So here's an interesting question for you guys. If you were offered to upgrade, so how Norwegian does it is they send you a request. Do you want to upgrade?
Hey, Alpha Traveler, thanks for coming on.
They'll give you a limit of kind of like what you want to, it's like say for a suite. They'll say this is what they recommend to add to that suite, and you can go above it. So you're basically in competition with other people to get a better room. So if you're in an inside cabin and you might be offered a balcony. We already have a balcony. We were offered the Haven, which is a really exclusive area. A lot of people were going for it on there. It is Bruce, Traveling with Bruce.
Hey, welcome.
So a lot of people were deciding from the group cruise. They were deciding that they wanted to go and put a bid in. Now, the one thing about this is you're not guaranteed.
They didn't come in like this, Bruce. They're not actually backwards. Just on video.
They now you like missed my train of thought.
Well, that's easy to do anyway. So
it is.
Don't blame it on me.
It is. So I don't even know where I was anymore. I'm already sidetracked.
I wasn't even listening really, so I didn't know what you were saying right now for a moment because I was trying to look at this too.
All right, so I think I got it back. So the hardest thing is when you agree to go on and get upgraded, you won't know what room you're getting. So personally, we decided not to upgrade because we chose a cabin. I wanted to get a midship cabin. I specifically chose it. I didn't want to be put in a room that maybe wasn't selling as much. A lot of the Haven rooms are at aft of the ship, which is the back of the ship. And I'm afraid that if I go on it, I might get sick. But so we decided not to do it. But there's a lot of people that had went ahead and tried to get the upgrade on it. They won't know until possibly even a few weeks before they go on a cruise. So the question is to you guys, would you guys want to take a chance of upgrading your room to get a better standard room? But it might not necessarily be in the spot. It could be in a blocked view room. So what do you guys think about it? So that's kind of, Greg, what do you think? Are you happy that we decided to stick with what we had?
I like the verandas on a cruise, so I like to be able to go out and see the ocean and everything. So it's kind of enclosed too. So unless people like try to like look over or something, which we actually I think we had that on the dream the first time some little girl was looking over, and I'm like, what the heck? So
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was
but
pretty funny.
yeah, so it's pretty cool to just have your own little area and be able to look out and everything.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rob Fuzz. I don't like the unknown too, but a lot of people, they like doing that. The one thing too I don't like about the Haven, to me, we're going on a group cruise. Obviously, we want to meet and talk to other people. The Haven is more for people who don't want to, they want to be isolated. To me, it creates separation, which is fine if someone wants to spend the extra money to do that. I think, oh no, it's the sun. It's the God speaking to you again. Your face is all shiny. If people want to do that, they have every right to do that. But to me, I like mingling in with other people. Especially for this group cruise, I didn't think it was a good option for us. So a little bit interesting. But what's going on with the group cruise? People are talking about how they're going to get to the hotel. There is a hotel that was specifically for the group cruise. Obviously, there's only a few rooms available, so people are just kind of talking about where they're staying and how.
Hey, Arjons, thanks for coming in.
Disney legend Arjons. So yeah, that's been the exciting part of it now, but we're only like 72
Welcome,
days
Ann.
away.
Thanks for coming on here.
Ann Jordan?
Yep.
Welcome, Ann. She is probably our farthest subscriber that we have, all the way from Australia. I don't know if you want us to tell you where you're from in Australia, but it's in the land down under. So welcome. Really excited. She's always supported us, so thank you, Ann. Else where we have going on? Okay, let's see. Let's talk about, this next topic has been going over to other channels. It's been spreading like fire. It's topic of conversations over dinner. They're talking about it as far away as Helsinki, Finland. And it is our special session that we like to talk about, or our segment, and it's called Speedos. So,
oh Lord,
our goal is to be...
That is not happening anytime soon.
Our goal is we are going to be Speedo ready, and Greg's going to be providing the pictures of himself in Speedos on the December 1st cruise, the group cruise. So, a lot of fun and exciting stuff. So, how are you doing on the getting ready for that? Are you losing weight? Gaining weight?
Wow. Well, we do have a gym at my job, so I do go on the treadmill between, like, on my breaks and my lunch sometimes, so, which is more than I can say for you, because you don't have that ability to do that, so.
Yeah, but wait a minute. You actually said you gained weight on this last 2 weeks. So I keep hearing like a song in my head like Beluga.
Oh, whatever, Shamu. What are you talking about? No.
Yeah, so Beluga.
We're totally
But
playing.
you know what? It's not wrong being called a Beluga, because they're actually called the Canaries of the Sea, and they got those really squishy heads.
See, Sandra's on my side. She votes no on Speedo, so.
And Belugas have really squishy heads. They're really cool, so when they press on it, they're like squishy. So
Robert said not commenting. I mean, I could wear one, but I don't think I want to, so.
So for me, as I'm speaking, I want to get down
Thongs?
to...
Wow, you want people running, don't you, Antonio?
My goal is to get to 145, 147. I'm currently at 151, so I'm getting down to where I need to be.
With your height, that would make sense, but with my height, 147, I'd probably be anorexic, so don't think I want to do that, so.
So we can get it. We can karaoke in Speedos. Yes, we saw a guy. It was a GIF, GIF, of him dancing on like in the Bahamas, and he's wearing a Speedo.
The one that you always use? Wow.
Yeah, so that's our Speedo update.
Cargo, oh my.
Stay tuned for us in 2 weeks, and we'll give you the latest breaking information. It reached all the way to Helsinki, Finland.
We'll give you the lowdown.
Who knows where it goes? Maybe Moscow, Russia is going to be where they're talking about it. Yeah, but they're talking about it over dinner. It might get sick over dinner, but they're still talking about it.
Speedos over dinner?
Are in Speedos. So that's the latest hot news.
Wow.
Yeah. So, a little bit about...
the Crazy Rich Guy says we will meet you in St. Thomas in Speedos. Okay, well, whatever works for you.
Yes.
They might not let us off the ship if we're in those.
Exactly. So, just a little bit about news. There's not a whole lot of news that I was investigating. But as we're on this, traveling with Bruce, you guys. I don't think I really spoke about them a whole lot, about him. Traveling with Bruce. Don't interrupt me and lose my thought. Traveling with Bruce, you guys. If you want the latest information on cruise stuff that is going on, follow Traveling with Bruce. They are a great channel. A lot of our people that are in here have come over from Traveling with Bruce. We feel we are part of the Traveling with Bruce family. He doesn't do a show on Sunday, but he does 8 shows a week. So he's doing 6 days a week he does a show, and then he also does 2 shows which are fun for trivia. A lot of good information. If you don't know that much about cruising, even if you're an experienced cruiser, the chats go all over the place, but they're fun. We try to join them as much as we can. We honestly feel we are part of the Traveling with Bruce family. This is why we wanted to feature this, because if you haven't had a chance to watch his show, definitely check Traveling with Bruce out. He's a really good guy. We also did a collaboration video with him, and we were really honored about being on that. So
yeah, we always have fun on the trivia nights, like last night. That was pretty cool.
And Cargo, I don't think you were on earlier, so welcome. We now have a P.O. box, and you had said that, maybe I need to send some shirts over. We would be happy to wear a shirt from all you guys.
Yes.
I wear a medium, and Greg wears an extra large, is it? Oh, no, sorry, it's a large.
Really? I could fit into a medium, actually, so it'd be nice and tight and show my muscles that are starting to come out more, so there you go.
All right, you guys. So really the only interesting news that I found, because if you want to get the latest information, check out Traveling with Bruce.
Cargo said, yes, I need to make you some cargo shorts. Get it? Cargo. See what I did there?
One of the interesting news that I found was Norwegian Cruise Line is offering free airfare. And not too many times a cruise will offer free airfare, which was kind of interesting because not a whole lot was mentioned about this. But this is for specifically the Norwegian Joy. Now, the Norwegian Joy was a ship which was based out of China, and Norwegian really hasn't announced why they were changing it, but now it's being changed to Alaska, and they're redoing the ship because right now it's themed with the Asian clientele in mind, with the restaurants, the way the rooms are. They're spending, I believe it's like $50 million to get it retrofitted to be more appropriate to traveling in the U.S. And it's called a repositioning cruise, and I wasn't too sure about the source on this, but then I actually looked it up, and Norwegian was offering this. Now, it's set for September 14th only, but it is a repositioning cruise of the Joy.
Hey, welcome, Matthew and Lauren. I didn't see you on here.
To start on Alaska. So something is interesting. It's not on all of Norwegian's cruises. It is specifically for the Joy, and they said for September 14th. When I tried to get a little bit more information on it, I really didn't see much, but there was on the Norwegian page, it said free travel. So there might be a little bit more to it. If you're going on with the Joy, it might be offered on a few other trips. But I thought that was really interesting that a cruise line, especially with Norwegian, is looking at offering free airfare. So pretty exciting if you guys have never thought about it. Also saying that, Norwegian there's rumors that they're going to be upping up their prices, because the demand of the rooms are so high, they feel they can actually pay a little bit more. So it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to be the case. They said the prices might go up as early October. So we'll see if that happens on that.
So Alpha Traveler, just to catch up a little bit, he said, Derek, are you saying Greg has a squishy head? Laugh out loud. I don't know. I can't even comment on that one because I might get in trouble. Okay. Let me see. Matthew and Lauren, what are some countries you both hope to visit? Well, we have some ports of call that we're visiting. So St. Thomas is going to be one of the ports of call, so we're really looking forward to that. So that'd be a lot of fun. What?
Cargo said this is a family show in capital letters, and then she put laugh out loud.
It is a family show with slight hints of adultness, I guess. So, what countries are you wanting to, like, just in the future in general? I mean, we already know that we want to visit all the Disneylands in the world. Correct. So we've already done Paris, and of course California and Florida. So we have Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Japan, and Tokyo, right?
Well, Tokyo is in Japan.
Well, okay. Well, I forgot what they call it. So, but right now, unfortunately, I think it's Hong Kong's. Theirs is pretty bad right now after the tsunami that they had. So, they will be fixing that
typhoon. I don't think it was just a wind.
Yeah,
it wasn't
the typhoon.
Yeah.
So that they'll be fixing that. For a while. It'll probably take them a while to do that. So, hope everybody is safe out there. And also with the hurricane, I hope everyone's safe and not affected by it.
Matthew and Lauren, it will be interesting to see where Disney put the new ships. From what I understand, they're still basing them out of Florida. They're adding an extra cruise port in Port Canaveral. I believe 2 of the ships are going to be based out of there, and then also 1 is going to be out of Miami. So there's still going to be a really strong presence on the east coast of the U.S., but that doesn't mean like the Magic, how in the summer when it's hot, it tours Europe, and so you never know. And then the Wonder also goes through on the west coast. So be interesting to see if they do offer any Asian cruises. So I think it just depends on the popularity of it, what's being offered. With what's going on with NCL pulling theirs out, who knows? It might not be a market which is going to fit for Disney. So be interesting to see how that goes.
Matthew and Lauren said that's so cool. Give us more reason to head to Florida. There's a lot of fun things to do in Florida. And then Robert said they need to promote the Joy big time. So I haven't heard too much about that. Have you?
The Joy, well, that was the one that I had mentioned. It was about the ship that was, they pulled it out of China. I think they have cruises booked early through 2019, and then it's going to be in dry dock as it gets changed. So really interesting to see what's going on with the cruise industry. There's so many different ships that are being built because the cruising industry is right now it's huge. So it'd be very interesting to see what it looks like. I think last, before we get on to our topic.
Blaine said, my wife and I would like to do Disney one day, even though there will be many kids. Florida is a state we cruise out of. So with that said, which Disney ship would be suggested? Our first Disney ship was the Disney Dream, and it's a bigger ship, and it was only a 3-day cruise. So once we got our feet wet, we didn't want it to end, so we thought 3 days wasn't long enough. So we were really bummed and sad when we had to get off the ship. But the last one we did was the Magic this past March, and that's their first ship actually, and that was a 5-day cruise, so that was a little better. Still not long, but we'll be doing the 7-night cruise next December on the Fantasy, which is one of their newer, bigger ships, so we're looking forward to that too.
To be honest, I don't think you can go wrong with any Disney ship. There isn't. Some people like the smaller ships because they're not as big. Castaway Cay, Disney's private island. How much you are able to travel such a blessing. It is, Kenny. Castaway Cay, Disney's own private island, and if there's less people on it, you're going to have a chance to enjoy it a little bit more. On the Disney Dream, it was a rainy day, so a lot of the activities on the ship or on the Castaway Cay wasn't offered to us. We'll find out more because the Fantasy is another big ship, and we're going to experience that next December, so we'll know a little bit more. But we loved both ships. I think we like the Dream better just because it was our first Disney cruise we ever went on. So it's always going to be special because it's the first time you experience a Disney cruise. It's going to make it special. And our friends who went with us on the Disney Magic, that was their first Disney cruise. So I'm going to be kind of interested to see what they feel when they go on their next one. Actually, their next one's on the Wonder, so that's the other small Disney ship. And I don't think you can go wrong either way. I would look more at the time of the year when you can get the best price, and the itinerary, what you want to do. Our plan is to go on all 4 ships, so we're kind of just looking at when they're going, and that makes a big difference for us. But we're going to go on all the Disney ships, even the 3 new ones that they come out with.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, he's already got things planned for what, in the 2025 or 24 or something?
2026.
Oh my gosh. I take one day at a time. I can't look that far ahead in the future. I don't think I want to look that far ahead in the future.
So,
yeah, fun things to look forward to, though.
Another thing which we decided to do, which is going to be a little bit wacky, is we're actually getting more and more serious about doing a group cruise with us leading a group cruise. We are looking at 5 cruises. If you guys want to pipe in and think what you give your opinions on it. The 5 that we came up with, and we've already narrowed them down, but originally the 5 was obviously a Disney ship. Then also the Ruby Princess, which sails out of California, which is the one that we were looking at. That has where we're familiar with, so we thought it would be good to show people around what California is. There was the Carnival Magic, which goes out of Port Canaveral. And then the last 2 was the Harmony of the Seas, which, as Morgan from the Unofficial Travel Guide says, is the largest ship in the world. And then the other one that we've been looking at is the...
He does some kind of like a voice thing with a computer that makes it really deep, but it's really cool.
It's the Norwegian Encore. And to be honest, the last 2 is what we're looking at more solidly now. Ruled out the Princess because most of our subscribers are back east. They're not on the West Coast. So we figure we'd probably get more people interested in doing an East Coast cruise rather than a West Coast cruise. The Disney one, I think, in a lot of ways is out of range for most people, so we decided that we didn't want to do that. The third one is the Carnival Magic, and a lot of people like Carnival, although I'm really interested in trying a Carnival cruise. I really think it just depends what ship you're on. That makes a big difference. So we kind of have pushed those 3 aside. The 2 we've been looking at the most is the Harmony of the Seas and also the Encore. The Encore is not even built yet.
Yeah.
It's the sister ship of the Bliss.
We're leaning more towards the Encore, though, for different reasons.
Right now, the cruises are only available through April of 2020. Realistically, with us going on the Disney Fantasy in December 2019, it would be better for us to go in September of 2020, and those aren't available right now. So
Robert Brandt said Carnival delivers a lot for the price.
I always thought Carnival was one of the fun ship, the party ships.
Yeah.
Maybe the quality wasn't as good, but I've seen a lot of videos on them recently. And the one thing that I stand by them is if something goes wrong, they are the first ones to take care of their passengers, and that to me means a lot. So
Sandra thinks both ideas are good. She said they're awesome.
Yeah, Harmony of the Seas is huge,
Yeah.
so it's amazing on it, and the prices are about the same.
Well, you see, you don't get as many like perks or discounts on that one than that you would on the Norwegian.
Well, for example, right, if we decided to go in April 2020. Right now, Norwegian has the 3 things that you can choose. So you can do 3 upgraded specialty restaurants. You can do a drink package. There's free Wi-Fi. There's like $50 credit. There's like 3 options of those that you can pick. And there's one more, but I can't think of what that is right now. And then it's $25 deposit per person in the cabin. So it'd be $100 or $50 for deposit. The Royal or the Harmony of the Seas, it's $500 deposit, and there isn't extra stuff on there. Now, it sounds like you're getting the other 3 free, but you're still paying for the taxes on the gratuity on it, so that still makes, they get money from that. But, $25 deposit sounds a lot better than $500 deposit. So we're toying with the idea. We have a few months to see, especially after we go on this group cruise. That's probably what they're going to release, that window of cruise. But that's something that I think we'd be excited to, and hopefully you guys could come join us. Go with the RCCL. Yeah, we'll have a better opinion of the NCO. Our first 2 non-Disney cruises will be this December, and then next September we're going up to Canada with my mom. So it should be fun. All of the cruises I've been on, small ships. Yeah, the Carnival looks like it's a bigger ship.
She wants to experience the larger ships.
Yeah.
She's hoping next year.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We'll know a little bit more.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we're looking at a little bit more, especially as the channel grows. We'll get more interest in it. But we're having fun doing with group cruise and getting it organized. We're not really a part of it. We're just joining them for the sea cruisers. But just seeing that whole process has really got us excited and meeting a lot of people who follow us. So that would be really, really cool and exciting.
Well, before we dive into more topics and things, just want to say please like and share and subscribe. Anyone that you know of that hasn't subscribed, help us get the word out, please. We really appreciate it. And we're just trying to get more known. So anyone you think would like our channel, that'd be awesome. So thank you for your support.
October 9th will be our year. It would be
It's
awesome
by
to be
so fast
at 400, and we're at 361 right now. So we still have 39 subscribers to get to 400.
I think we might be able to do it.
Hopefully.
And then we'll have to do even a more bigger giveaway for 400, I think.
Greg will do a shot, and it'll have the worm in it from the tequila.
That's not a giveaway.
Oh.
What is the giveaway? Just them seeing me drunk on my butt on the floor
Yeah,
or something?
What are some of the comments? Let's get caught up on them.
We
really want to
really
make sure you guys are getting recognized. I know it's easy to get missed in there. So we want to just make sure that you guys are getting recognized on there too.
We're actually pretty caught up, actually.
Bob and Ashley, they are going, I believe they said they are going on their 20th cruise. They're coming up on it really soon.
That's a milestone.
They're experts. So yeah, they definitely know a lot. I've been watching some of their videos on their cruise, so it's really cool to see. They're a good channel to. They're like us. They like Disney and they like cruising. So.
Drunk in a speedo. That'd be a lot of fun.
I missed that.
Well, Kaya and Juno are both on, so they're saying drunk in a speedo. So yeah, that's what they want to see.
All right, guys. So our show today is, one last thing. We do have a support channel. So our support channel is More Sunshine, Please. And we've been talking to them for a while. They're a new channel like us that has been around a little bit less than a year. And actually, I think they're just over a year now. But they're a great channel for us to help talk to, build that relationship. Our goal is to get more people help small channels. Alpha One Traveler, Rob Fuzz, they do an awesome job with Drop the Rope and helping support small channels. We want to be that support for small channels too, to help people grow and get their names out there. So we're working towards that. Our support channel with More Sunshine Please is to kind of build the foundation to get us better, just grow our channels. If we're overcoming something.
Hey, Kyle's Vlog, thanks for coming on here.
We have that support network. So we definitely are partnering a lot, and it's good to get feedback from what we're doing. So we're kind of new to what we're doing. There is no rules to it, but we definitely want to support them and help them grow as much as ours.
Take the fun out, Alpha Traveler. No, they said no mooning people on your stream with a speedo. Okay, laugh out loud. And Bob and Ashley are going on November 11th to the Oasis of the Seas. And the twins said we'd go on your group cruise if you do it during a college break. Well, that'd probably be doable. And their friend Antonio said they'd like to go too, as long as it's reasonable. So that's cool.
Prices we are looking at, because we're looking at balcony. We don't want to do an inside cabin. We're looking at about $3,400. So for two people. Compared to a Disney cruise, it's more or less the lines on that.
Oh, you're very welcome, Bruce. Thank you for coming in here with us.
All right, you guys. So now it is time for our topic, which is first time on a Disney cruise, never been on a Disney cruise, what to expect.
What to do, what to expect.
So this is our experience. This is mainly what we've done because there's so many different things that you can experience. So we're going to go through a list. How are we doing?
And there's a list. Don't worry about time. I think we're pretty good. I think everybody's having fun. Anyone that doesn't have a drink, go ahead and get yourselves a drink.
This might be called Pub Talk, like part 2, like Rob Fuzz, they do Pub Talk.
You're barely even drinking.
Yeah,
so
I don't drink that much anyway.
Oh, yeah, right. That's an understatement.
All right, guys. So the way we looked at it is consider yourself already choosing that you've already booked your cruise. Your Disney cruise. In 2 weeks, we're going to tell you guys how we like to plan for our cruises. And this goes beyond Disney. This goes the stuff that we look at in case you've never gone on a cruise before. But for this one, we're just going to say already that you've booked yourself on a Disney cruise. And what can you do to make it better or enjoyable? So the very first thing that we would recommend after you have your cruise picked out is join a Facebook group. So surprise or not, we didn't do that on our first one, and we actually missed a lot. We've joined them on every one since then, whether it's the Bliss cruise that we're going on with the Sea Cruisers, but even our other cruises, we've joined the Facebook group for that, and someone will initiate it to get started. The benefits of that is...
Hey, Disney Adventures is on. Thanks for coming on.
Ohana. Do it with Stitch's voice.
Or Hannah.
So you learn a lot about the cruise if you have any questions. So if you're not that experienced, the Facebook group will help you, like how they're traveling. Maybe it's a specific port. There's different things. Greg does very good. I want him to do one for my book. I want him to do characters for it, but he does great voices. But you can ask questions, but the main thing, you get to know people. And sometimes people travel solo, but it's a good chance for you to get to know one. On a Disney cruise, some of the benefits of it is they do fish extenders. Now these are fun little things where you put them outside the door. There's a fish out there, and that's why they call it an extender. But it's really like a place where you can put notes on it. And people started putting extenders, which is basically, it has like a little hook over it.
Yeah.
And it has little pouches in it. And you hook yourself up to the cabins. We finally are doing our first one on the Fantasy. But you can, it's cabin per cabin. It could be set up differently. But at least once throughout the trip, you can give them presents. Some people like to personalize it. They might put it with the specific name of the ship. There's so many different things that people do. Some people create their own. Some people buy them from Etsy. So they're really fun things that they do, and those are all through Facebook. Also on our cruise for the Fantasy in 2019, they're doing magnet exchange, ornament exchange. Believe it or not, there's a lot.
We're not doing all of them though.
No, we're just doing the fish extender.
You would be paying extra for luggage and stuff. It's crazy depending on how many groups you have. But Sandra said that's a good tip about the Facebook group. I didn't know about them until after my last cruise. It would have been so helpful. Bob and Ashley. Ashley always joins the Facebook cruise group for that cruise. Alpha Traveler, our balcony's worth the extra money. I think we think so. I mean, I know I think so. Doing balcony cruises, I couldn't stay in the inside cabin. I think Bob and Ashley said they've never been in an inside cabin. There's no windows. It's like totally dark. Even they have
but
the
there
fake,
are curtains.
Oh yeah, to make it look like there's a window, but I couldn't handle that. I'd have to be able to see the outside. So I totally think that the extra money is worth it.
We would at night open the windows or the door on the balcony, and you hear the rush of the sea as the ship's going through the water. And those are just kind of, I mean, if it's windy, the door's going to slam back and forth. They don't recommend leaving the door open, but it definitely is a good feeling. The first cruise I went on was an inside cabin, and I got sick. I don't think it was because I was in an inside cabin. I think it was more the fact that I didn't take Dramamine, and I didn't take I didn't have the, I don't know if I have it here. It's a C band. It's a little band that has a little pressure point. I will not go on a cruise without it. And I think
they have a little plastic piece on the inside of the band. It pushes on a pressure point, and it's supposed to make it so that you're not dizzy.
Here it is.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like.
I don't know if it works because I don't think I've actually done it when I've taken them off. So,
I was like an idiot the first coming in. Oh, sorry guys if we got disconnected. We had a call coming in. I wore it like this, and that's not how it's supposed to work. So you're supposed to have this, and then you have to do it at a certain level. I think it's like this part away, but it hits one of the veins on here. And the pressure point supposed to alleviate the motion sickness on it. So I have that. I have ginger. I had a whole lot of stuff that I was using on it, but I will not sail without using this and Dramamine. Never again.
At least the Dramamine. When we were on the shows at Disney, we could literally feel the boat rocking at times. And even if it wasn't, it still felt like the room was moving and stuff. We were very tired that first night, so I think we missed like 1 out of 3 shows that we watched, and I think the only one I actually stayed awake for was the Villains show, which was pretty cool. But the others, we were just wiped because we did the parks before the cruise, which I don't know if I recommend doing it. We've done it once again in last March, so I don't know if we'll do it again. Probably not for a while though. The cruise in itself is enough, I think.
Yeah, and Bob and Ashley said take it like a day before. We did that because we were going on rides in the parks, and I get sick on certain rides, so I was taking Dramamine like 2 days before we went on the cruise too. So good point. I would recommend that too. The next thing you can do is get creative, and Disney doors have magnets. And we went ahead, and these are just some of the ones that we did, but we went through Etsy. You can do a lot of different things, but the stateroom doors have like portholes, and they have the room on it. So this would be, this is part of it, which is pretty cool.
So the porthole would be Mickey's head, and also for my Tigger, which is my favorite.
Oh, it looks like I am.
You should do that with the Mickey one too.
I don't think it will have the same effect on it.
That's hilarious.
And then, and then this is some of the other things that we had did. So, pretty cool. We went through different people. Some of the ones we did, I'm going to forget their names, and I apologize. That's one of them too, the D&G Explorers one. I won't even say their names because I'm probably going to get them wrong, but they were on Etsy. That's who we went through, and it's fun. It's fun to, one, it's easy to find your door because it's decorated, and then two, it's just kind of fun to get it all fixed up on it. So, what the heck did I do? So, recommend planning ahead and getting the magnets. You might not want to wait till the last minute because some of them are really busy. And they might take a while for you to get them. You might not have them by the time you go on the cruise.
The twins always decorate their doors, so
Bob and Ashley do too.
Next time you guys do that, you'll have to share it with us. Either by, I don't think the twins have their own vlog. You guys should start your own vlog though. That'd be cool. But maybe just send pictures or something. That'd be cool to see what you guys have.
Another thing to start doing is is you already know your itinerary. If you booked your cruise, start looking at excursions on your port days to find out what do you want to do. Go through the Disney site. They will tell you what excursions through them are offered. We've never done, with the exception of Castaway Cay, we've never done an excursion like when we've been to Nassau predominantly, and we went to Key West. Both times we just walked through the port ourselves. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at what we have.
Okay. Then when you pay on the deadline date, say this is a first-time cruise, you're going to be paying 75 days out because you're not at a level where you can pay off sooner. Paying off sooner means you have the advantages of booking things earlier and getting requests like you can do your restaurants. If you're on Castaway Cay, you can get a cabana. The higher levels get those. On your first Disney cruise, you're really not going to have access to the cabanas. Even on the first few levels, you probably won't. But once you pay off your cruise and the deadline has passed, that's when you want to do your check-in. So that's when you can add your passports, other information that's needed. They'll ask what time do you want to arrive at the port, and you have to show up at that time. It's not really a stickler. We had said we were going to be there early, and we didn't get there till later, and it was fine. But you're more or less, they recommend you keeping the time that you're supposed to be on it. So you also print up your online port arrival form, and this has the information. I really don't know why they want you to bring this, but there's like a barcode on here. I don't remember them scanning this at all, but I guess in case it needs to be seen. But it has the port arrival time, and it has both Gregory and my names on it. It's the Disney line cruise contract that you're agreeing to, but this is one of the things you have to print and bring with you on the day of the cruise.
It's very exciting when you get there. I still remember the first time I went on a Disney Dream, and they were asking questions like, have you ever been here, or have you ever been on a Disney cruise? And I said no, and they're like, oh, you're going to be so excited, you're going to have lots of fun, you're in for a treat.
You're in a 5-star hotel.
And they were like talking about all you can eat food and stuff, so it was really cool. And we can't wait to go back on the Dream again sometime. So that's we always say it's our ship because it was our first Disney ship. So it'd be cool to go back there sometime and do a back-to-back because I think they only have 3 days. So you can do 3 days and then leave your luggage there, and then you have to get off the ship, and then you just get back on it when you go through everything again. And then you have another 3 days, so it's just a back-to-back ship doing the same stuff twice, but it's still fun and it makes it longer and worth it.
Bob and Ashley, I was watching their test feed last week. They're going to go on to Port Canaveral and watch ships leave port, so that's cool. They're going to do that at 4:30 Eastern time.
Bob and Ashley said, don't forget, port days are also great days to explore a less crowded ship. That's true also.
Yep.
So we always do the open houses and stuff too.
One of the things we like to do is we go to Disney Cruise Line blog, disneycruiseblog.com. Is it Cruise Line blog? Oh, great. Now I can't remember. But anyway, the thing that I like about it is they have personal navigators on it. We'll explain a little bit more what a personal navigator is. But if you're trying to determine what your ship will do, because if it's a 7-night cruise, you don't know what activities could be held on a certain day when they have like fireworks, when they have the pirate show. It could be like even stuff with like Star Wars or Marvel at Sea. You don't really know what's going to happen with it. If you want to say book a upgraded restaurant, for example, we wouldn't want to book an upgraded restaurant on a day when they're doing pirate night because we dressed up as pirates last time. So it's finding out when that is happening. If you look at previous cruises, sometimes people will post the same itinerary, which means if it's a 5-night cruise, like when we went on the Magic, it was a 5-night cruise. The ship on the first night went to Key West, the next day it was in Bahamas, the next day it was on Castaway Cay, the next day was a sea day, and then it went back to Miami. There are itineraries exactly the same, and they post what you're going to be experiencing on it, and it tells you what activities were going on. So pretty much if it's a pirate night on a certain night, it'll be the same one on your cruise. So doing a little bit of inside information actually before you check in, it lets you take care of that. So that's one of the good things to do. Check them out, disneycruiselineblog.com or disneycruiseblog.com. When you book, you can book your dining, like I said, dining specialty restaurants, your character meet and greets. You can book seminars like mixology classes, different classes. You can also do your room gifts. So we did it where we had the room decorated for Halloween one time. We have a glass of wine waiting for us when we are in. Also stuff like, Greg, you have them on there. It tells you on your first day. I don't know if you want to give me the envelopes, the Palo one and this. So we booked a reservation for Palo. This is one of their upgraded restaurants. This is on, that they'll put you, I think this is actually on the fish extender outside, but that lets you know what's happening. And then this tells you your excursion tickets, what you've booked. These will be on your cabin on the first day of it. But you can book all that through the app as soon as you check in. So that's one of the advantages of kind of having an idea of what you want to do, just to make sure that you get in and are able to participate in some of the stuff. Link your travel plans with Disney. So if you're going to fly, call them and say this is a plane that we're coming on. There's different advantages for that.
We haven't done fish extenders yet, cargo. We are going to be doing it for sure on the Fantasy. I definitely want to do that. When we went on the we went on the Magic in March. Somebody gave us a little trinket bag, and it had like little plastic keys and something else in it, I think, and it was like gold and like
we were
glittery and
pixie
stuff.
dusted.
Yeah, so it says that we were pixie dusted, and it gave the name. And then the last day we found out who it was, and now they're on our Facebook as our friends.
They're our
so
friends, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that we actually found out who it was because we didn't think we would.
So after you book your cruise, about 60 days, between 60 and 30 days before your cruise, you will get one of these. This is it's the Disney Cruise Book, and this has awesome information in it. This really will get you set up if you've never been on a Disney cruise. This will set you up for everything, but this is one of the reasons why you want to get all your travel information on it, because that actually will tell you if you have the air transfer or the airlines. It'll have it in here. If you signed up for the Disney transportation, which like what we did, that'll be listed in here. So you don't have things all over the place. This will be your one stop, but it tells you about important information about your passports. You got your luggage tags in here. It welcomes you, and it explains what you're going on, which for us was a 5-night cruise. It has a vacation checklist. So a lot of great information on it. Also, if you haven't already done it, it tells you at the back like your contact information.
Did you say that the color changes as you go? This is the silver, right?
Yeah, this is a silver one. This is our second cruise, so we're silver members.
So when you get up to a certain point, you go up to platinum, and then after that, there's like a gold status.
Platinum is the last one.
So our first one was what? Because it wasn't. It
We
was
didn't
silver.
have one, and then it went to silver, and then I
On the
believe
Dream, we didn't get one.
we weren't anyone. We weren't anyone.
You weren't
special.
anyone.
We weren't special until.
So I
we
guess
had
you
a first
start
class.
at silver, then you go to gold, then you go to platinum.
No, this is our first cruise. This is what ours looked like. It was a Halloween
Oh.
cruise, so we didn't have any special listing.
Oh.
And then we're silver.
So you have to do one at least to start
Correct.
the
And then you're
process.
silver,
So,
yeah.
but that Halloween one was really cool too. On a Dream, I have videos of it. They had like a Halloween tree, and each day it slowly came to life. They did a story at the beginning, and then at the last night they actually finished the story, and the tree came to life and everything. So it was pretty cool and fun.
So one of the things we recommend you guys, just from our standpoint, especially since we're not really familiar, we weren't familiar with Port Canaveral or Port of Miami, we booked our transportation through Disney. Both times we stayed at Walt Disney World first. So on our first cruise, we were at Port Pop Century. We paid
It's
for
an
the
awesome
Disney
resort.
transportation. It was, I believe, like $75 extra we had to pay. It's not like the Magic Express, which is free from the airport to Disney Resort. We had to pay, I think it was $75 to go.
Now silver someone's.
To Port Canaveral. The one downside of it is we didn't get to Port Canaveral till about 1:30, and we really wanted to get on the ship. The good part of it is we basically walked on the ship because there was no lines. So that was one of the good benefits about it. It wasn't that crowded.
You're talking about the Dream.
That was the Dream, yeah. On the second one, we drove from, we rented a car and we drove from Pop Century and we went down to the Miami International Airport. We dropped off the rental from the airport. We went on a Disney shuttle, and they took us over
The
to
shuttle's awesome.
yeah, and the one
It's
from
an
Miami
experience in
it's a third party. It was owned by Mears, which does a lot of stuff for Disney. But the benefit of it is coming home. People were saying they took Uber and other stuff, Lyft or taxi. To me, I don't really like that. The benefit of it is when you're on board, most airlines, you can check in on the Disney ship, and you don't see your luggage until you get to your home airport. Eventually, you do it, but to me, that's a lot of a benefit. I really don't want to be traveling with luggage and going through all this other stuff. Disney will take care of it. So it might be a little bit more, but to me, it was more of a benefit of doing the onboard check-in by going through Disney transportation.
You can eat healthy on the ship, Alpha Travel. They have all kinds of food. So the buffet, they have seafood, which is really good for you, depending on what you eat and how much of it you eat. They have good carbs, they have bad carbs. So you really can pick and choose what you want to eat. They got meats and cheeses and vegetables and fruit. So, really everything that you could probably possibly imagine
Shawarma.
to eat. Did they have shawarma?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that. Okay. But yeah, they have lots of different types of food. I usually try to get a little bit of everything. I try not to think too much about eating healthy on a cruise because that's the whole point of a cruise. Huh?
Cargo, she's a sugar addict or something like that. Give me all the carbs.
I mean, I do watch myself a little bit on the cruises. I don't
I gained 10 pounds.
Yeah, I don't want to overdo myself.
I gained 10 pounds from
it's
Walt
still
Disney
fun.
World. In 10 days, I gained 10 pounds, combination Walt Disney World and the cruise.
Is that what you tell yourself? No.
So, all right. So, you have to go through security at the port, and it's really minor. It's not like going through an airport security. It's really easy to go through. Once you go through there, you go to and check in. You will get your. Greg started questioning me, and I started doubting myself. But you get this. You get your photo taken, and Bob and Ashley, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's Keys to the Kingdom card is what it is. But whatever it is, it's your room card. This is your first chance to get a hint of what your rooms or your restaurant rotation is going to be. Disney has rotational dining, which means they have different themed restaurants, and your waiters and staff will follow you to each restaurant every night, which is really cool. On here, it says RAE. That stands for the Royal, I believe it was a Royal Table, and then it was Animator's Palette, and then E was the Enchanted Garden. So this tells you on your first day what your rotation is going to be, because you won't know what restaurants you're going to be at until you actually get this card. It tells you what time your dinner is because you booked that beforehand, and it also tells you what your table number is. If you don't like the rotation of your restaurants, you can go to, there's a room, it's going to be different on every ship, but you can go to a room and tell them you don't like the combination, or if you just want to eat alone, which we like to eat with other people, that's part of what you can do on your first day. But the letter here too, it has letter F. That tells you where you meet in case for the muster drill, which every ship does in case there's an emergency. It tells you what location you have to meet up for that.
So Robert Brandt said, if you gain 10 pounds on a 7-day cruise, I'd sink the ship if I took a world cruise. The twins said you might go one over now. So, yeah, I tend to put a little bit on when I'm traveling. So, yeah, I saw that. Just a little bit. So, but we did do it. Well, no, we didn't do the 10K on it. That was Paris. I'm getting all mixed up.
It's a running joke, Antonio.
We were gonna do the 5K on the
Castaway Key.
Yeah, Castaway Key, but we didn't make it in time. And you get like a plastic medal, which is still nice, but you can run the ship and stuff, and they have an exercise area, like a little gym and everything.
3:30.
So
Blaine.
What happened?
He said, especially people like me who are an ice cream cone away from 330.
Oh my gosh. It's all about having fun on the cruise.
That's right.
Don't worry about anything else. Get away
You're
from work every day, living and everything, and just enjoy yourself.
And they do have a gym. They have spas,
and then
gyms.
work it off later when you get home.
Exactly. The rooms usually aren't available till about 1:30, so it's very important. Just like other cruises, you bring a day bag or we bring a backpack with us. Some of the necessities that you're going to need, if you have medications, they should go on it, but stuff that you're really going to need should go into the carry-on bag with you. But 1:30 is usually when they open up the rooms. Every cruise does it a little bit different. That's how Disney normally does it. The one thing to remember, stuff that we're sharing, it might be totally different when we go on our next cruise, because just like parks, cruise lines are always evolving, but this is what we've experienced so far. The first day is a great day to experience open house. So the children's areas, it's a day that you can go and sign up. There's 3 children's areas. Let's see if we can remember them. There is the Oceaner Club and Lab. There is Vibe, and there is I forgot the last one. There's one more that is that I forgot on it, but they're different age children's areas that they can go to on the first day. They sign up for it. The Verve, I think that might be
the Vibe.
Vibe. Yeah, there we go. Vibe. Yes.
The Verb. Okay.
So you can sign them. Kids like to go on it. Not all kids do. Some kids don't like to go on it. But this is a chance for you to walk through. We filmed it on one of our vlogs. We should
on the Magic areas. We didn't do it on the Dream. We weren't doing any vlogging on the Dream, so that was just an experience. We did take video of our own and stuff. We just never posted it. More of the storm that we had to go through, which was still fun. We didn't get to do Castaway Key on that trip, but it was really cool videos that we did. Yeah. So
we went through restaurants like the Rapunzel's Royal Table was new, and
that's on the Magic.
Yeah, that was on the Magic. So good chance to explore the ship with the open houses that you can go through.
I had more fun on the open house area, I think, than the adult area. The kids have all the fun stuff. They got the slides and everything. They got the video games, and I'm a big kid at heart, so I don't like stuff that isn't fun. So they had it made, and then they had video games and stuff too, which was cool.
So this is a personal navigator. This is what's on your bed. Every cruise line has their own name for it, but this tells you everything which is going on in a specific time. So it tells you what time you're arriving at port, what time you're leaving, if you're going to a port day. But this is what I was talking about. If you look at on a previous cruise, you can look at to see like when the captain, you might have because we like to have the captain sign the ship name that's our goal
Yeah,
for the
where is
captain
that
assigned.
picture anyway?
It's over down the
Wow.
Actually, it might be down on the side over here.
It's over down under.
But yeah, but these are really helpful hints on it. These should be in your room on the first day. It wasn't on the Magic,
But you
but
get
if
one
not,
every day.
you do. But if they don't have it there, you can get it at guest services, and they're just on the wall. You can just grab them. But really helpful information. What shows are playing. This show, it was a Castaway Key Day. So
We have plenty of videos on our YouTube channel with from the cruise, so feel free to look at them when you have time. We appreciate it.
Definitely.
It has a lot of fun things on there. So
they have Sail Away Party with Disney characters. Of course, it's Disney, so they're going to make a show out of it. So Mickey, Minnie, and all the gang are there. So that's cool.
wait, what? We were on a Disney cruise?
We were on a Disney cruise, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
So that's always fun. That's after the muster drill when they do that, and then they have shows. They have Broadway themed shows on every Disney cruise ship, and some of them are the same, but for the most part, every ship will have some unique ones. So typical Disney entertainment characters.
Bob and Ashley said use the stairs, not the elevators.
We normally do.
Well, sometimes we do use the stairs, like, if we're too tired and we have to walk up the stairs. But walking down is easier than walking up the stairs. So I have stairs at my job, so I tend to take the elevator up, but then walk down the stairs. So I kind of put that towards the cruise ship as well. Same principle.
What did Cargo say? She said, "Remember when you were no one?" On our first Disney cruise, because I said we weren't anyone.
Oh yeah, remember when you weren't anyone on the Disney cruise? You didn't know you went on. Yep, we weren't anybody.
We talked about it before. There's a lot of food options, all the way from healthy to junk food. There's all those options on there, and it's for the most part, it's included on some of the ships. There's like a candy shop on the Fantasy,
and they have room service.
That is extra charge.
Room service is included with the cruise.
Although some items are additional.
Yeah, you do want to tip, of course, and also like cruising with wheels. Mm-hmm. Like they said in their video, don't leave your stuff outside of your door to make it trashy in the hallway. They do have your room stewardesses that will be happy to come in and tidy up your room whenever you need it, and also take your dirty dishes and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of people, just like hotels, a lot of people put their plates in the outside the door. Twice,
I don't like
I
that
tripped
myself.
over it.
I tripped over one of them too. I think we both tripped. We're just clumsy oafs at times.
But another thing is they have adult-only areas on a cruise. A lot of people think, oh, you're going to be around kids all the time, but they do have an adult-only pool.
They have an area sectioned off.
At the end of the night, it's
an adult nightclub too.
The nightlife district that changes over to it. So there is a lot for the adult people who don't want to be near kids. To me, it's just like a theme park. You have your separation on it. So, yes, it is a major eyesore on it, Cargo.
But we never get to go in the hot tub. They always seem to be full of people just having conversations all day long. So not that I don't know if I'd want to even set foot in them.
I was gonna say.
But and even the pools, I've never set foot in the pools for some reason on the cruises. So, but I gladly go into the ocean when we're on their island. That's that's pretty cool. So.
Disney doesn't really have a drink package because sodas are included in it, not alcohol, but they do have, they had where you could get a beer mug and keep it with you, or you could trade it in. So you got it like a discounted rate on the drinking. But as I'm thinking that too, I think they might have had a special, but I think it's really just trade in beer that you can get a lesser price on it. With it being Disney, there is no casino. One of the advantages of being on the ship, which I thought was really helpful compared to some of the like NCL, they have a laundry there that you can pay for. You can get your clothes dry cleaned if you want, but you also can self-wash too.
I was pressed before that was and it was less than $5 or $10 for both of us, I think.
So the benefit of it is if you're on a 7-day cruise, you can wear clothes for 4 days and then wash them, and then you don't have to pack as much going there. So some of the benefit of self-washing.
They do have a movie theater on the Disney cruises. Now, We did have an experience on the first time we went into the movie theater. I don't think we did it on a Dream, like for an actual movie, but on the Magic we did. We saw the Wrinkle in Time, and then we also saw the Black Panther. When we saw the Black Panther, for some reason, I don't know if they knew this, but they were doing construction, like upkeep on the ship with painting and stuff. But then we heard like a motor and vibrations and stuff, and at first I thought it was part of the movie, and then I quickly realized it wasn't. So that was kind of annoying and frustrating, to be honest, but they probably didn't even know that we could hear it. I will say that some of the seating is a little cramped in those theaters. The seats are, mainly wood with cushioning on them and stuff, but ones with,
It's imitation wood. They can't have wood on a ship
anymore. Yeah, and so the leg room, you get more leg room, I think, as you go down in the seats, but the ones that are higher up, there were some tall guys that were kind of scrunched up in their seats. I felt bad for them, but all in all, it's cool to have a movie theater. And then they also have the big screen outside on the ship where they play a lot of Disney movies, and you can just be under the stars, watching the movies and everything. So it's pretty cool.
Cargo, she made a comment about her hats. She needs to, how much luggage can you take? We had a smaller luggage just specifically for our pirate stuff, because we had boots, we had hats, we bought like a full outfit on it that we bought. And so we actually had an extra luggage just specifically for that. So it's fun. It was all in good fun. When you're on board on the Disney cruise, put money down for your next cruise, because you can save more or less 10% off.
And you have 2 years to use it.
If you don't use it, you get it paid back to you. But you get a discount on it. So like on the cruise that we did for the Magic, we already used it for the Fantasy. We got 10% off that cruise, and we also had $100 room credit because we were going 7 days on a 7-day cruise. So it was definitely worth it for us to book while you're on a cruise. So plan on doing stuff like that. Tipping. Tipping is, this kind of looks like what the paper that you'll get.
And you get an envelope for each tip also.
Yeah, we did prepaid tipping. There's 4 people that you pay. It's a server, the assistant server, which are the people that help you in the restaurants. There's the head server, which is like the maitre d' that goes around to make sure everything's good. And then there's a stateroom host that cleans the room. For us, for me, just for one, it was $40, $30, $10, and $40. So a total of, real quick math, that's $120 just for me.
We usually give a little extra though, just because we realize that all of these cast members are away from their home for months at a time. They really get a world experience of being able to travel around the world and stuff, but they do have to be away from their families. So we understand that, and we tend to give a little bit more for their tips.
And then we did
excellent service too.
We did online check-in. We did that a few days before we got on the flight, and the one thing they needed was our flight number, or the code number that you get for your travel document. We needed to have that when we were telling them what airline we were going on, but we did that like our second day on the cruise. We actually already started doing the airline travel to go home.
Cargo, they don't have wood on the ship because it's a fire hazard, so it's all fake imitation wood. I don't even know what it's made out of, but there is no wood on the ship. Even if it looks like wood, it's not wood. And then Alpha Traveler, did you have to worry about kids running around and screaming? I don't really notice that kind of thing.
It's like a theme park. It's less than a theme park.
It's so spread out, and the ships, even if it's the Magic is smaller than the Dream, even if it's a smaller ship, it's still big enough to have everybody spread out. So we don't really even worry about that.
I think Blaine said something about, speaking of online booking.
I just left to get my new passport out of my box in order to check in for a November Horizon cruise. Cool. So we reminded him.
Yeah, the Horizon cruise, the one that crashed into the port in New York, if I remember right.
Oh wow. Cargo, I worry more about screaming adults. Robert Brandt, I'll drink to that. Crazy Rich Guys, because it said it's our job to be the brat though.
Tracy, thank you so much for joining. Look forward
Tracy.
Tracy said she's going to send us something, so we are looking forward to that. I don't
She
think
has
you
to
know
help
what it is, Greg.
her nephew with homework. That's cool.
So thank you for joining. We are looking forward to see what you send us. And I think that's any other thoughts that Greg that are unique to Disney, like the Disney cruise, besides being awesome.
Blaine said, yeah, had navigation issues, the middle of the sea somewhere. Laugh out loud. All in all, I think the cruising experience is really awesome, especially the first time when we went on the Dream. We still have the Halloween decorations that everything's magnet, so the ceiling is magnet, so they have hanging magnets, and we had a lot of Halloween stuff. Derick actually surprised me because he knows Halloween's one of my favorite decorations. Like, look,
Holiday.
one of my favorite holidays, that and Christmas. So he had it all like decorated and stuff, and had a Zero doghouse from Night Before Christmas, and it was full of like Rice Krispie goodies and stuff. So it was really cool and really nice of him to do that for me. And it just made it even more magical. So Disney does have a lot of little things that you can do to make it magical for an extra charge. So when we go on the Fantasy, we will be doing a lot of that as well, I'm sure. Again, we'll see what they have to offer at that time.
We can't compare it to any other cruise line because we haven't been on any other cruise line, but we will very shortly on the Sea Cruisers.
And when you get on the ship, they do something pretty cool that no other ship does. But Derick didn't want me to tell you, so you'll have to watch our video and you'll see what they do when you get on the ship. It's pretty
very
cool.
Special. And Stephanie's, was it some masky?
Oh, awesome. Thank you for coming on here. Love you guys so much. I can't wait for your next Disney cruise. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. Yes. We recommend going on a longer cruise.
Go on a cruise cargo
than a short
Disney.
Cruise. So think about that cargo. The 3-night cruise, we were rushed around so much, and the cruise is over before you really get to experience
there's too much. We didn't even see half the ship on that cruise.
It's like going to Walt Disney World.
We did see a lot.
And trying to see everything, and you can't see everything.
Yeah.
So we recommend you stay longer. A 5-night cruise was fun. We are going to experience our first 7-night cruise.
That's going to be awesome on the Disney cruise. Alpha Trailer, did you guys get all-inclusive packages?
I'm not sure what you mean. Kind of like compared to Walt Disney World, like with the dining, or...
We added Palo. That's an upcharge, but I don't think there's really an inclusive package for the cruise. When we had to pay extra separately for the parks and then for the cruise, so it wasn't a package deal.
I guess all-inclusive would be more of like the concierge service, which is the higher one, which is a lot more money.
Bob and Ashley, 7 nights is the way to go.
Yeah, and I think Sandra said the same thing. Sandra D said the same thing on it. I don't really know if you would call it all exclusive on it, but definitely it's going to be. And it's interesting. We were looking at a cruise. So when you go is also a big part too, because we were looking at a cruise in April. If we would have gone in April, we would have been on a 7-night cruise on the Fantasy.
Charge for soda. That's awesome.
Yeah, 7-night cruise. It actually was less expensive than the 5-night cruise that we went on in March. So going a month later, the 7-night cruise was cheaper on a newer ship, on a bigger ship than the 5-day Magic, which is the oldest ship in the fleet. It was probably like $500 less expensive. So,
and you can tell that they keep up, with their ships. The Magic, they were repainting. They ripped up carpet. We were on the ship and they're ripping up carpet and putting in new carpet. So they do it
a little bit
while we're on there.
Yeah, because it just came out of dry dock.
But it was late at night, so they figured all the kids would be asleep and adults would understand more, I guess, probably.
Because it came out of dry dock for like 3 weeks. We thought it was going to be pristine, and it wasn't.
But it was still fun.
No,
it was still awesome experience.
We just thought it was going to be a lot better on by like not seeing any rust, but they were still doing it as we went along. So
you get to experience more magic with a 7-night cruise with Disney anyway. Alfred Traveler, this is going to be our first 7-night non-Disney, so I'm still going to compare it to Disney. I know I am, which probably isn't fair, to them, but I'm a big Disney fan.
We'll let you know.
I don't think their service will come close, but we'll see. It might come close.
I think the big difference, Kenny, is on a 7-night cruise, you have days where you're at the sea. Like our first days on this next cruise, we have 2 days at sea, and then we're at port for 2 days, and then we're a day at sea, and then we're at a port, and then we're back home.
That's right,
so
Blaine.
You have a lot of time when there's downtime, and on sea days, the ship isn't huge. It's more of a relaxing time. You don't feel you have to be anywhere. You can be anywhere on a ship in 5-10 minutes. It's not like Walt Disney World where you're running around trying to, you start early in the day and your days are long. If you're tired, your short trip back to the cabin and get some sleep.
The one port that I would say on Disney that if you have this port would be good to stay on the ship more would be, you already know, would be Nassau. Unless you go to Atlantis, which is probably like $200, if not more, dollars more for the water park, which we haven't done yet. Which I did tell Derick next time we do go to Nassau on a Disney cruise, I do want to go to that water park for the day because we've gone on the Queen Steps, we've gone to different castles and stuff in Nassau, and
Tortuga Rum Shop.
Yeah, that's probably the only other place we'd go to. But for me, Nassau isn't something that I have to go to. I've been to it twice now, and I think I've seen everything I want to see, except for the water park. We are going to Nassau on this cruise coming up, so in December. So we're actually gonna do like group activities and things like that. So that'll be fun to do, but it's just not one of my favorite.
It's
areas.
So many different options. You can book excursions through the cruise ship, which are going to be safe. We're doing with the sea cruises. We're doing one which is supposed to be themed.
Nope, not a bad thing, Cargo. You can experience it for yourself.
Like the Amazing Race. So that should be fun. Bob and Ashley talked about doing the adrenaline.
Oh, that'd be cool. I haven't heard of that one.
So they have a lot of different stuff that you can do. We walked.
So maybe we'll give it another whirl if they have all these fun things. Yeah. But from what I've seen,
Sandra.
that's all we've seen. Thank you, Sandra. Have a good night.
I am really looking forward to your cruise. That I know you're still finishing up on your Colorado ones, but looking forward to that. It's Nurse Nancy. Hey, welcome, Nurse Nancy.
Thank you for coming on here.
Yes, thank you. Yes, they're in reverse, unfortunately, but they're
backwards.
Not really in reverse.
They wanted us to wear them inside out too and backwards, but
and stand on our heads.
Don't know if that would turn out so well.
But I think that's about it, guys. I hope
Bob and Ashley said they'll send us a link to it on Twitter. We also have Instagram, everyone, if you don't know that. So I'm more in charge of it because we can't link the accounts to 2 different phones. I haven't figured that part out yet. So I'm trying to post more. I've been doing a lot of training at work, so by the time I'm off work, I'm kind of done for the day. But when I get more chances, I will definitely be posting more on Instagram. We have Facebook, we have Twitter. So on our Facebook, our names are on there, so if you want to friend us on our personal pages, that's cool as well.
I would just say if you're going to do that, message us to let us know who you are, just so we don't have like some random people.
Oh yeah,
who are
so
these?
So you're a viewer, please. So yeah. I've gotten multiple friend requests from the same person, and I'm not quite sure why, so I don't know what's real and what's not. I have to talk with them, but anyway.
Yeah, you have to be careful when you do stuff like that.
West snorkeling in NASA, very cool. More sunshine, please. Said
Jim.
we did snorkeling. Yeah, we did snorkeling at Castaway Cay. That was a lot of fun. Although once I tasted the salt water, which I totally forgot it was salt water until I tasted it. You don't forget, and it's really hard to get that taste out of your mouth. So, but it was a pretty cool experience either way. I'm still trying to figure out how Derick found me on Facebook.
I think it's because there's someone that we both are friends with, and it popped up as someone that knows you. So I'll leave it at.
Well, you'll have to let me know later on so I can friend her also.
But we do have a P.O. box now, you guys, so we would love to start
hey, welcome back, Kyle.
Email. Yes, so it's on our page, our about page on our channel page. It's also going to be, I'll put it in the video description at the end of this, so it would be awesome to see you guys. Moderators, thank you for all you do.
Excellent detective skills.
No, I'm not that smart. So thank you, moderators. Thank you for joining us, the support that you guys give us. We really appreciate it.
Bye,
check
Kaya.
their
Thank you.
check
Bye,
their
Janu.
channels out. We support. We love it. Our support channel, which helps us with different things. We've had some great conversations just to kind of get us level set in terms of our focus.
Thank you, Bob. And actually, I saw that come up on Twitter.
And that is More Sunshine Please, Jim. ECDEV is also a part of the More Sunshine Please. Greg, I don't know if you realize that. It's Aaron from associated with More Sunshine Please.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yep. So, really good channel. Check them out. All the channels on here, you guys. Watch them if you want. I know there's not as many people on here. I want to start branching out.
Thank you, Nurse Nancy. You can see it on playback. Also, thank you for coming on here.
If you are a creator, I want to start doing this earlier in there. I forgot about this, but put in there that you guys are creators, so people who are watching this who aren't can check your channels out. We really want to help out small other channels. We support so many different channels, so going forward, we're going to try to do a better job of that. Who said that mine is new and terrible? Hey, we all have to start somewhere, Kyle, and I was enjoying your Vegas
Bye,
vlog.
Blaine.
So it was
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. So I think that's about it, you guys.
We
Hopefully you found this a little bit
yeah.
of informational.
We'll see everybody that watches Traveling with Bruce on Trivia Night and the vlog before. I haven't been able to go on that vlog very much because I've been training and everything, and then I don't have Wi-Fi, so at that point. But we'll see you at least on the trivia. So
thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
I think we hit everything that we needed to do, all the thank yous, and remember, as Walt Disney says,
we are just getting started. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Do 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 do.
Oh wow.
Do do do.
Bye.
Bye, guys.